Welcome guys to another video here on the ManUnitedDaily YouTube channel, and in this video I'll be talking about some of the points I'm going to raise up after the game yesterday against Hull. Obviously it was a really tense match and entertaining for the neutrals because United were 2-0 down after around 20 minutes, or 13 actually, and then United, as we do traditionally, always come back strong. And it was fortunate that we got the goal so early, in response, because that turned the momentum and it made Hull a lot more nervous than they should have been because they're at home. So United, got a bit lucky, I guess, because we hit back at the very crucial times during the match and the momentum swung our way. It took goals from Chris Smalling, a wonderful effort from Rooney, a volley, and also an own goal from one of our ex-players, James Jester, to turn the match around. And obviously it was a very important win in order for us to climb back up into the contention, because if we had lost yesterday, then it would have been very difficult seeing if we can even get into the top four. But now we are 8 points off the lead. It's a huge mountain to climb still. Obviously there's a lot of teams in front of us that needs to falter before we can even think about any miracles, Manchester miracle, etc. But never say never, and so hopefully we just have to take one game at a time. The next few games are supposedly a good run for us because we're not playing any of the top sides. So next for us is Norwich away, which we lost there last year, so will be a tough game obviously. But going into this on the back of this win, and we'll obviously the momentum building up, so hopefully that should be good for us in order to head into the next match against Norwich with a bit of confidence, with the win in ourselves, so to speak. So I got 4 points I want to talk about after the whole game, and the first one is definitely the importance of Wayne Rooney. I thought again he was our talisman yesterday. Obviously there was a bit of petulance at times from him, the kick at Tom Huddleston when we were 2-0 down, the little dive to I think that's just clever play or something like that. So Rooney, I think, still very much the main man this season, with Robin van Persie out for the majority of the time so far. Rooney has really had to carry a team on his shoulders, similar to Van Persie at times last year. But I think Rooney is thriving on it because you can see from the show of emotions on the pitch, every tackle, every decision that goes against him, every goal he scores, every goal he makes. It's just the whole thing. He's shown a lot of passion. I think it shows and it bodes well for the club, because with that such kind of emotion, Rooney reversing back to his old, street style footballing, old philosophy, then I think we are going to see the very best of him once again. It's kind of interesting that he does come round every, single major tournament for England. He usually does perform well in the season prior to any, summer tournament. So again, it looks like that trend is happening, and so we will need him, for the foreseeable future until even Van Persie coming back. But Rooney on such a high at the moment, playing so well, connecting play, assists, goal scoring record is very good this season as well. So, and his just general presence around the pitch definitely adds something extra towards this very solid team, I say, because it's not a flair attacking team like we use at United. It's a very kind of a moderate but also a well rounded group of players. I think it's not anything special, but I think it's adequate for the time being, and Rooney is definitely the the jewel in the crown, so to speak, right now. So what do you guys think of Rooney? Leave your comment below so far, his performances so far, etc. So just leave the comment below on that section, guys. The next one I want to talk about is the defence. After the game yesterday, Jamie Redknapp again coming out with comments about that he still thinks Rio Ferdinand has still a role to play, and I do agree to some degree with that sentence or that statement, because Rio Ferdinand, I think, has been a wonderful servant for the club, been here in his 11th season now, but I do think that this summer could signal the end for his career, because I think this season he has had that, you know, Gary Neville moment where his lack of pace has really cost him, you know, the you know, form and consistency that we've been used to in the past few seasons. Obviously, his lack of pace, or loss of pace, so to speak, is not new to anyone. But his positioning was so good last season that he wasn't, you know, caught out. But this season, he has been caught out a few times, and no more so than in that game against Shakhtar Donetsk at Old Trafford. Yesterday, it was Smalling and Evans, and Jones was out. So Smalling and Evans, you know, the 2 goals, I think they were really sloppy. The defending was not very good at all. The marking, etc., wasn't, you know, obviously led to 2 mistakes and resulted in 2 goals for Hull. But yeah, the second one deflected Jonny Evans. You know, they had a couple of chances to clear it away. So I think Jamie Redknapp was a bit harsh in saying that he can't see a future for those 2 players at the club. But you know, they're not, I wouldn't say they're, you know, top class players. Like, I would put, if there was a young centre back, I think Rafael Varane at Real Madrid would fall into that sort of like a potential world class stage, and I think Phil Jones would fall into that category. I think Jonny Evans is a very good player. I think, you know, he's proven that over the past, you know, 3-4 seasons now, where his performances are getting more consistent, and because he is now at an age 26 where he is beginning to develop into, you know, his peak form of stage of his career, now that he is able to perform week in, week out, and not have to have the presence of Rio Ferdinand and Nemanja Vidic every single week in order to, you know, play well and add command, you know, his command of the back 4 without one of the senior figures being there, because he himself now has developed into a leader of the back. So Smalling, Evans obviously wasn't the best of games for them, but I still think they're still very good. And with Jones in there, Jones, I believe, will be the linchpin of the United defence in the future. Him and Evans, I think that's a good partnership. Smalling, the only thing that goes against him is his ball retention and ability on the ball itself, because, you know, headering and tackling, he's very good, but his use of the ball is not the best, and that's his only downsides. But in certain games, I think Smalling adds, you know, that high and obviously that quality in the air that we need against the bigger side. So I think the 3 defenders we got there is very good. And Jones mainly being world class out of the 3, I think there is still room for another, you know, very good centre back. You know, there's a lot of talk about Mangala, I think, at Porto. I've seen a couple of videos. I haven't seen him live, to be fair. Very gangly player, but, you know, very quick over the ground and obviously very comfortable on the ball from what I've seen so far. Yeah, obviously it's too soon for me to, you know, say whether he is going to be world class, but there's been extensive reports that we are being linked with it, etc. But I haven't heard much more than that. So that's a, you know, an area that we need to keep an eye on. But I think it's adequate having Jones, Smalling and Evans so far for this season anyway. Leave a comment below on that section, guys. And the third area I want to talk about is Ashley Young. He's having some kind of renaissance, really. Obviously, yesterday he didn't have the best of his creative game, but you know, for last couple of weeks he's been playing quite well, to be fair. Scoring 2 goals, 2 great goals, to be fair. You know, one at Stoke, you know, that power driver pass Thomas Sorensen, and then that you know, wonderful curler effort past West Ham. So Ashley Young, yeah, playing better than I've seen him for quite a while. His crossing yesterday was decent, but sometimes it was a bit hot and cold. But yeah, I think Ashley Young, he can offer some sort of stuff, but it wouldn't. If I was, say, David Moyes, I would have started perhaps Adnan Januzaj, or even putting Wilfred Zaha on the bench yesterday. But Ashley Young, to be fair, he always works hard, works back, tracks back. So, you know, that's one side that you can't really fault him for. But his attacking play yesterday was a lot better than that we've seen in the past 18 to 24 months. So fair play to him. He's trying to, you know, get back to his old form. But I still think Ashley Young over the long term won't be here at Old Trafford, and probably will be seeking somewhere else. But for the, you know, immediate future, or this season anyway, he'll be he probably will stay around, and if he continues to work hard, then obviously Ashley Young will have a place in the team because of the suspension of Valencia right now. So Ashley Young playing quite decent at the moment, and yeah, so having a bit of a renaissance. I'm happy to see him do it. He's not a bad player. That would be a bit far, but he's just been a bit inconsistent and a bit lacking in confidence. And now with the 2 goals, hopefully he can kick on once again and offer something for us this season. So leave a comment on that. Ashley Young's mini renaissance there, guys. And the last talking I want to talk about is to do with Danny Welbeck. Obviously, it's well documented that Danny Welbeck goal scoring record has been criticised somewhat over the past few seasons, and that's fair enough because for a striker he doesn't score enough. But this season, I think he's already got 6, so that's a huge improvement from the last years. But that's not talking a lot. But I think now we've seen in the last few games the benefit of having him playing as a central striker. He offers so much as a central target man. He can hold up the ball, he's strong, he's fast, he can dribble the ball, he can header the ball. Yeah, just his finishing is definitely improving. You can't doubt him for the sort of like improvised finishes where he'll neat little flicks and tricks here and there, produces wonderful goals, but it's just not happening enough inside a 6-yard box. But against Aston Villa, definitely an improvement in that area. 2 poachers goals, and I think Danny Welbeck, a really good player. Obviously a lot of people has criticised him and saying that he's only there because he has come through the academy, born in Manchester, so he's going to have extra kind of like protection but from the club. But I think Danny Welbeck has demonstrated his value to the team because he works hard, he can track back as well. But like I said earlier, his attacking play as a central striker adds a lot more dynamism to our play. Obviously Robin van Persie, a wonderful player. You can't doubt him because he's probably the best number 9 in the world. But Danny Welbeck, I think with his added dimensional pace, does outweigh Van Persie in that regard. It's just, I think it's an age difference where Van Persie, his game's never been chasing everywhere. He's always very efficient, very efficient in what he does. He only makes the run if they're necessary and they add something to the team. Whereas Danny Welbeck, he'll use his pace, and obviously sometimes he does go down a blind alley, but he does persevere, and obviously it's paying off at the moment where he's playing very well. His combination plays with Rooney is really good as well. I think his pass percentage was around 93%, so that does says a lot about his all-round play as well. Obviously he didn't score yesterday, but like I said, his overall quality made the team tick, and with Rooney as well, these two look like a really good combination. Obviously they were playing together quite well a few seasons ago, but the arrival of Van Persie obviously disrupted that somewhat. But I do think Rooney is getting back to his best, and with Danny Welbeck playing in his preferred position, we are seeing the best of those two. Obviously, Danny Welbeck, he will get more chances. Yesterday he didn't really have a chance to score. He had a couple of little glances of goal, but overall they weren't clear-cut chances, to be fair to him. So, but like I said, his all-round game was really good, and I'm really intrigued to see how he develops, and when Van Persie come back, where David Moyes will be placing Danny Welbeck in this kind of form in the team. So what do you guys think of Danny Welbeck? Would you stick him out on the left when Van Persie come back, or would you try Rooney in central midfield, etc.? Yeah, just leave a comment below on that story, guys. So there you guys have it for another episode of Talking Points. Obviously it was a good 3 points for United, and now we're playing tomorrow against Norwich, so hopefully we'll get another 3 points. Our rivals slip up, and so we just come a bit closer to the top. Hopefully that will happen. Festive spirit, they might want to give away a few points, but fingers crossed here for me. I'm sure a lot of you guys will be crossing your fingers as well, saying for a bit of luck. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. You can follow me on Twitter at ManUnitedDaily, or you can also check out the website ManUnitedDaily.com. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.